All right, hello and welcome. My name is Shauna. This is our Fit Essentials Basics class. If you're wearing the blood flow bands, we've already added air, so you can go ahead and do that now. And then when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and come to seated to get started. We're going to do some seated cat-cows. All right, so go ahead. When you come to seated, make sure you're sitting right up on your sit bones. Come to the edge of your chair. You're going to bring your hands to the bottom of your thighs. And as you breathe in, you're going to draw your shoulders forward, lower that head down toward your chest. And as you breathe out, slide the hands up your thighs, squeeze those shoulders back and looking up and forward. Breathing in, rounding down, chin to the chest. Breathing out, softly arch. I acknowledge I'm a little bit in the shadows this morning, but it's getting pretty warm outside. So I brought the computer out of the sun. It's supposed to be hitting 90 degrees here by 10 a.m. this morning. Couple more times, breathing in. Try to breathe into the back of the body. Breathing out. Last one. Head down, head up, and resting there. Good job. While we're sitting here, we're gonna stretch our shoulders a bit next. So go ahead and take your right arm, raise it up towards the sky like you're trying to touch your ceiling, and then bend your elbow like you're trying to reach for a scratch on your back. Draw your chin and exaggerate that upward position, that upward posture as you grab your elbow, pull that elbow back, and now pull that chin in. Sit up nice and tall, breathing 3 times, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And rest. Rest both arms down in between sides. We're simply going to push the hands behind us and then raise them straight up to overhead, reach them out in front. Lowering them down in front of the body, pushing them back, and then breathing in, raise on up. Good, twice more. Push back, squeeze the shoulders back. Breathing in, raise them up. Try not to arch that back as you raise them up, and then last time, pushing back. Good job. Now you'll go your left arm. Reach that straight in the air, chin in, lift through that head, bending the elbow, and reaching around on this side. Gently pulling on back. This will be our last stretch here from seated. Then we're going to make our way to standing next. One more breath. And release that arm. Fantastic. If the water's nearby, go ahead and grab a quick drink and then join me standing. All right. As you come on up to standing, go ahead and put the hands on the hips. Let's circle those hips around 3 to 5 times each direction. Very good. Then go ahead and circle the hips the other way, 3 to 5 times that second side. Good. And resting there. From here, we're going to start to work our hips and look to get the back side of the body fire in. Welcome, Laura. So you can use a tabletop. You can use a bench for a lower surface. I'm going to use this tabletop. The back of a couch would work really well also, or the back of the chair, as long as it's nice and sturdy. So what we're going to do is we're going to place the hands down or hold on, and then starting with your right leg, you're going to bring the knee towards the elbow, pushing strong through your arms. You're going to raise the leg back behind. So breathe in, pull the knee towards the elbow, breathing out, extend it back. Now watch as you reach that leg back, keep that stomach drawn in so you don't overarch the spine. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Now we're working that upper body a little bit as well, pushing through those arms. Moving the hips, firing the leg. Good, last time, knee in, knee back, and go ahead and come on back to standing to rest. Fantastic. Once you come to standing, now we're gonna do a little bit of a side stretch. Let's take the right hand on the hip, left hand comes up to the left shoulder, and then you're gonna reach up to overhead, peering up to that hand, breathing in as you bow down, breathing out as you lift up. Very good, I'm just gonna make sure everybody's on mute. Bending down and reaching up, looking up to that hand if you feel stable there. Yep, we are, good. Last time. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Your left hand on the hip, bring your right hand to the shoulder, and then raise that hand up from there, lengthening through that side body. Good. Breathe in as you bow down. Breathe out, reaching up, turning the head and neck. About 3 to 5 times total. Wonderful. Last one. And rest. All right, go ahead and make your way back to that station that you're going to support those arms on. And now we're going to be moving your second leg. So draw the stomach in, place the hands down, your left leg this time. 3, 2, 1. Pull that knee towards the left elbow and then extend that leg straight back behind you. Breathing in, pull the knee up. Breathing out, push that leg back. But nice and smooth. It's our first of 2 rounds. So kind of warming up the body. Make sure you really think about lifting up out of that support leg as well. Sometimes we'll start to drop into that hips. You want to keep some good awareness there. 1 or 2 more times. Nice and fluid. Up and back. Up and rest. Great job. Coming back to standing. We're going to do a little bit of marching to finish out this circuit. So you're going to bring your hands up to those shoulders, standing up nice and tall. And then when you're ready, you're going to punch your arms diagonally across the body while you try to keep your hips and your knees nice and square. Good. Breathing out with that punch. Hips nice and level. Eyes looking up and forward. We're going to go another 20 seconds here. There you go. Try to really push to that big toe of that support leg. 3, 2, 1, and take a rest. All right, let's grab a drink of water. You kind of sway those hips side to side as you do. We're going to get ready for round 2, starting back on your right leg with that hip extension, starting in about 10 seconds. So as you come into position, using the countertop, the back of the couch, a bench, place those hands down, draw your belly in, and then when you're ready, knee comes up towards that same side elbow, and then extend the arms as you extend that leg straight back. Breathing in as you glide it forward, breathing out as you extend back. So you're trying to extend the hip. Knee up and thigh back. Wonderful. Breathing in as you draw the leg in, breathing out as you stretch nice and long, up and back, up. Good. 10 more seconds. You need to rest early. Always listen to your body. We want to challenge ourselves without over pushing and resting there. Great job. This time in between sides, we're going to work a little bit of a monster walk. So you're going to take a wide base stance, walk your feet outside those hips, kind of crouch down like you're going to do a little quarter squat with those arms reaching wide. And now you're going to step from the heel of your foot, try to roll and focus on pushing off to that big toe. Now, depending upon your comfort, you can walk backwards or simply turn it around. So I'm going to stand tall to walk back, and then I'm going to come back down like I'm in a little quarter squat with that wide base stance. Smile if you feel silly, or just smile for the fun of it. And then standing tall, walking it back. Very good. A couple more times. Wide base stance, helping with that balance. Also getting some blood in those legs. Wonderful. Stepping it back. And be 10 more seconds. Squeeze those shoulders back. Help hold your body strong. And 2, 1, take a pause. All right, we just got to finish out the hip extensions on your left leg. So making your way back to that support station. Gonna place the one hand underneath each shoulder. Draw the stomach in. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Left leg this time. Knee comes up towards the elbow. Leg extends back, toe down towards the floor. In and back. Nice. Good movement through the hip. Trying to really wake up the glute of that trail leg, all while you hold the belly neutral. So feel that tendency as the leg extends back. The stomach wants to drop forward, putting that back into an arch position. So you want to really focus. Draw it all in. 3, 2, 1, and resting there. Great job. Point back to standing. And then we'll finish this out with that march and punch, standing tall, and when you're ready. You can also do this seated if you want to take a break off your legs. You can lift those legs in the chair, punch those arms. Just get a little bit of some seated movement here. We're all going to sit down after this. So whether you're still standing or whether you're seated here, we're going to go 10 more seconds. Punch, legs up and down. Keep them all moving. Good. 2, 1, and everybody rest. Nice work. All right, if you are standing, go ahead and join me in the chair. As you come to seated, make sure you sit right up on the sit bones. So we don't want to slouch back onto our pelvis. It kind of puts our back in that rounded position. So those bones in your bottom are good to use to sit up on. Good, and next we're going to do a seated forward fold. So hands on the thighs, draw the stomach in, bow the head down, and then nice and slow, you're going to slide your hands down your legs, reaching towards the ankles without forcing anything. And then now send your air into the back of the body as you bow that head down, breathing about 3 times here. Try to breathe in through the nose, nice deep breath. Out through the mouth. One more time. When you're ready, walking your way back up to seated. Very good. Next, we're going to open up through the hips. So sitting up nice and tall. You're going to walk the feet nice and wide. We're going to do our windshield wipers. Go ahead and raise your heels off the ground, coming onto the balls of the feet. And now you're going to bring both knees to one side, up and across, both knees to the second side. So just imagine you're kind of like a windshield wiper with the legs from one side to the other. Just some subtle internal and external rotation here. Very good. And take a pause there. All right. From here, we're going to make our way back to standing. If the water glass is nearby, we're going to be doing some squatting, some dumbbell row, and some tricep kickbacks in our next circuit. So when you are ready, coming on up to standing if you're not there already. So the first exercise is going to be that squat practice. So you're welcome if you're not super familiar with the squat, or if you're feeling a little bit uncertain of your leg strength today, start with squatting to the bench or to your chair. So you're going to set the feet about hip width apart, turn your toes out slightly, and then when you're ready, you're going to raise your arms up in front, slowly lowering your hips back as you push your knees nice and wide. If you are going to a bench, I recommend trying not to sit all the way down, but just lightly touch the bench and then pull yourself up to standing. If you need to, you can use the arms on the thighs. Otherwise, try to focus on driving down through your legs. Breathing in as you sit back, breathing out as you stand tall. Good. Breathing in, breathing out. Wonderful. Find that spot where you can just look up and forward with your gaze. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and come on back to standing. All righty. So next, our next exercise is going to be with your left arm. We're going to be working a dumbbell row. If you have different sized weights, a moderate weight for the dumbbell row, and then we're going to use a lighter weight for our tricep kickback. Okay. So starting in 10 seconds, picking up your light to moderate weight. Now I'm going to take, if I'm holding the weight in my left hand, I'm going to step the right foot forward and then bring your right hand onto the right knee. From here, you can also support it on a bench, those of you that know that version. Now we're going to reach the left arm forward, and then when you're ready, you're going to imagine trying to pull that elbow high above the torso. Breathing in as you reach forward, breathing out as you pull that elbow nice and high. So we're up and down, feeling that shoulder blade move along the rib cage. And at the top, trying to squeeze that shoulder back and in towards your spine as you draw it down out of your ear. So this is a really good position for the posture, working that shoulder blade. And also you want to hold strong to that belly. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Set the weight down for a second, standing tall. We're going to stay on the same side of the body. If you have a lighter weight, I'm going to change it up and go to my lighter weight. And then we're going to come down in that same position. Right leg forward, right thigh on the right knee. And then now with this side, I'm gonna pull the elbow high and I'm gonna kick it back. Then the elbow, curl in, then extend the elbow, kick it back. Bend and extend. There we go. Bend and extend. Excellent. Chin in, eyes forward, midline strong. Breathe in as you bend, breathe out as you extend. Nice. One or two more. In and back, up, down, and resting there. Good job. Stand it up. In between sides, let's do a little bit of separation, torso, arms flow, and then we're going to do the same thing on your right side. Back with that dumbbell row. Alrighty. So light to moderate weight on the dumbbell row. Pick it up in the right hand. And now a little stagger the feet. Step your left leg forward, right foot back, left hand on the left knee, reaching down and forward. And then when you're ready, the dumbbell row first. So for the row, we're pulling that elbow straight up and then reaching straight down. Eyes forward, breathing in as you reach forward, breathing out as you draw it up. And if you get backwards on your breathing, it's not a crisis. The biggest key is to avoid holding your breath. So I'd like you to keep that breath rate going as you move. A couple more times here. And take a pause. If you have a lighter weight to use, I want you to switch your weight out to your lighter weights. And we're going to get ready for our tricep kickbacks next. So still step your left foot forward, draw the stomach in, come on down to that left thigh. And then now we're going to pull the elbow high, and you're going to keep the elbow high as you extend the elbow. Kick it back, bend it in. So you kind of curl the weight towards your shoulder and then extend that elbow back. Once you know the movement, turn the chin neutral, looking down towards that front foot, bend and extend. Nice. And then listen to your body. You need to rest early, do it. Otherwise, 2 to 3 more reps. It's not wrong to rest early. If anything, it's smart. And there's everybody resting there. Whew, all right. Stand it up, challenging that hinging position a little bit. So as you stand tall, loosen up that low back, going back to those torso rotations. We're going to stretch our hip flexors next before we go back for round 2 of our squatting. We're going to do this twice today, 2 rounds on this series. All right, so for the hip flexor stretch, you're going to mirror me. So you're going to take your left leg, anchor down through your right leg, take a little quarter step back, and now rock that left heel down to the floor so that both feet are firmly planted, hip width apart. Now we're going to start by spreading those arms nice and wide and then cross the hands over the opposite shoulder. We call it our I Dream of Genie arms. From here, as you breathe in, I want you to lift your elbows, lift your chest, and rock that back hip forward. Squeeze the glutes, and then turn your body towards your right side. Nice and gradual. See if you can turn your head and neck as well. Hold in that rotated position for 2 to 3 breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth, and gradually unwind. Good job. Going to rest the arms down. Now we're going to do the same thing on the second side. Walk it in. Step that other foot back, making sure you keep the feet hip width apart. Stand tall, arms wide, crossing them over the shoulders. Rock the hips back, rock the hips forward, and now gently twist the body towards your left side, turning the head and neck. Try to squeeze the tush of your trail leg. Eyes up. And unwind when you're ready. Fantastic. All right, let's grab a short drink, and then we're going to get ready for round 2 of your squatting. We showed it to the bench last time. If that's where your current comfort zone is, you're welcome to stay in that comfort zone today. If you're ready to challenge yourself a little bit more, we're going to work to get a little bit deeper. And I'm going to turn my camera a little bit. I'm going to show you how you can use this post here, or if you have like a doorway to hold on to, that can help you get a little bit deeper in your squat. Those of you that are comfortable in your squat, then just do it without any assist. So feet nice and wide, stomach drawn in, and then when you're ready, you can hold on as you send your hips back or just reach the arms out, push the knees wide, and pull yourself up to the top. So I can hold on with both hands, so I can get that depth of my squat. It's that good mobility through the hips, and then you can use your arms for as much or as little as you need, lowering yourself on down, and then focus on the legs, trying to drive your legs straight down into the ground to pull yourself up, drawing yourself down, eyes up, chest tall, and pulling yourself tall. Great job. One or two more. Looking forward, inching down, driving through the feet, standing tall, and resting there. Great job. We're going to finish it out with the dumbbell row. First arm, recommend using your left arm. All righty. So when you're holding the weight in the left side, you're going to step your right foot forward, left foot back, bow forward so you support the hand on the thigh. And then when you're ready, you're going to reach the arm straight down, pull the elbow straight up. Breathing in as you reach forward, breathing out as you draw that elbow high. Just imagine you've got like a little string from the sky to the back of the elbow, and it's pulling it straight up and in. Good. Halfway, eyes forward, looking down towards that front foot. And then it's common, I feel a little bit of a challenge through my mid body, a little bit into my lower back. Those muscles are working as well to hold this position. Well, maybe one or two more, up and down, and take a rest. So I'm going to set that weight down, standing up for a second. And then we've got our tricep kickback next. So I'm going to pick up my lighter weight, coming down to that same position. And then when you're ready, I'm going to pull the elbow up and then kick the elbow back. If you want a little extra challenge, you can turn the palm of the hand up towards the sky as you extend that arm back. So I bend in, extend back. Breathe as you move. Nice. Bend, extend, one or two more. And everybody rest. Good, in between sides, stand it up nice and tall. Walk the feet nice and wide. Reach the arms out to the sides and then turn the body. Little bend of the knees and just a nice long rotation here. Turning the head and neck. Squeezing those shoulders back as you pivot. No need to force anything, just get some nice gentle rotation. And then let's start to bend to the side with those arms nice and long. So you'll bend to the side. Just kind of flow with it. Good, and rest the arms down. All right, let's go finish out this second side, and then we'll do a little bit longer stretch. So it's gonna be your right arm this side, dumbbell row is first. You're gonna walk your left foot forward, rock the right foot back, belly drawn in, hand to the thigh, and then we're going to reach down or grab that moderate weight. When you're ready, elbow comes up, hand reaches forward. So we bend the elbow and extend. Good, up and down, breathing in. Breathing in as you reach, breathing out as you pull it up. You want to breathe through the more challenging part of that motion. Good. Try to hold that head nice and neutral, looking forward. And 2, 1, take the pause. Set it down, standing tall. You want to rest the legs for a second. We'll shake it out. We're going to release the air after this next exercise. Stagger the feet once again, stomach in, bowing forward. And now here we go with a lighter weight. So now I pull the elbow up one time, and now I kick it back. Bend the elbow and extend. Bend and extend. So if anything too, you could just make a fist and do this motion. I'm using a light 5-pounder here. Keep it all in perspective for what would be best for you. You want to find that balance where you can challenge yourself without overstraining. In and out with the breathing. Good. And 2, 1, and all done there. Nice work. Those of you wearing the blood flow bands, let the air out or take them off. And then join me in the chair. We're gonna get some good mobility for our mid-back next. As you're sitting down, if you want to grab a drink of water. All right, so you're gonna sit up nice and tall, pull those shoulders back. Let's start with your right hand. Just take the hand behind the head, draw the chin in as you keep that tall posture. And now as we breathe in, we're gonna bow the chest down, bringing that elbow towards your left thigh. And then as you come back up to seated, take your left hand, just gently rest on the inside of that left knee. And now you're gonna push into that hand as you turn the head and neck, trying to look over that right shoulder. Breathing in, bowing forward, sitting tall. Go ahead and breathe out as you pivot the body. 3 more times. Bowing down, sitting tall, breathing out. Gently moving. Final time, keeping that rotation through the mid body. And resting there. In between sides, let's go some gentle circles for the neck, lowering the head down towards the chest, bringing the ear towards the other shoulder, and then gently tilting it back. 2 to 3 times in one direction, and then we'll switch. Very good, and then we'll turn it the other way, up and down and around. Very nice. All right, and then we're gonna get that ready for those seated mid-back rotations. You're gonna take your left hand this time, behind the head, draw that elbow back, and then when you're ready, 5 times on this side, breathing in, bowing down and forward, sitting tall, breathing out on that rotation. In through the nose, and out through the mouth. 5 times total. Twice more. Last time. Pause on that rotation. Follow the elbow with the gaze. Keeping that ability to pivot. And everybody rest. Fantastic. All right, give me 1 second. I just need to move my clock. See what we have next. All right, fantastic. So we're gonna start the first one from seated. We're gonna do either an overhead reach if you just wanna make a fist, or if you have some lighter weights, if you wanna do an overhead press, you can pick up your lighter dumbbells. If you do wanna stand up for this, you're welcome to it, but I'm gonna show this first round seated. We're gonna be doing this twice through. So you're gonna go ahead and bring those hands up to the shoulders, either making a fist or holding your light weights. And then when you're ready, we're gonna push one hand overhead, lowering it down, and then that second arm comes up to overhead. Very good. Breathing out with that lift, breathing in as you lower. Nice. Moving and grooving here. Gentle smile, stretching that side body, keeping those shoulders moving. Wonderful. Nice and smooth. Sometimes we lose that ability to reach up to overhead because so much of our life is like right in front of our chest, right in front of our face, that we don't use those arms to reach like we would when we were like outside picking fruit, hanging clothes on the line. And 2, 1, take a break from there. All right. If you are seated, I invite you to come on up and join me standing. The next exercise that we're going to do is we're going to practice that hinging motion, like a door hinge, where you want to imagine your hips are that hinge, okay? If you feel comfortable to hold some weights for this, I'm just going to show you with the weights I was just using. I'm going to hold one weight in each side of the body, toes pointing forward, drawing the belly in, and then when you're ready, with a little bend in those knees, I'm going to send my hips back, bringing those weights down right beside my ankle. And then as I stand tall, you want to squeeze the shoulders back, squeeze your bum, breathing in, bowing down, nice and controlled as you lower, and then push through those legs. Stand with some confidence, standing tall. Yes, Bowing down, nice and slow, standing tall. And now try to emphasize holding those shoulders back as you bow forward so you don't let your spine bend. Go ahead, maybe one or two more. Down and up. And this time you can either set them on the ground if that's where you're going to rest your weights, or stand up and set them on your bench or table. Good. Alrighty, next we're going to practice some rotation. So if you have like a chair that you can use, it's called our reach and rotate exercise, everybody. So I'm going to walk behind my chair. I'm going to place both hands on my bench. From here, I'm going to keep a little bend in my knees. I'm going to take my left hand, reach it towards the right knee, and now with a nice straight arm, I'm going to reach that arm out to the side, pivot my right foot as I look up to that hand. So I breathe in, reaching towards that opposite knee, and then push strong through that support arm, and then pivot and follow that hand. This is one of the more complicated movements that we do. So if you're a little bit lost, be patient with yourself. 3 to 5 times. I'm going to go twice more. Good, Christina, reaching down. And now really pivot that leg. Follow the hand with the gaze. Feel how that front of the body really opens. Nice. Last time. In, open, and rest. Go ahead and come all the way up to standing for your rest. We're going to stand tall for our behind the back stretch. If you can reach your hands behind you, that's great. If you can't, I've got this little short exercise band, or this could also be a towel. I'm going to take it behind me, either interlace the hands or grab onto your towel. And now we're just going to keep the feet close on this one. I want you to squeeze your shoulders back, but watch that you don't flare your ribs forward. So try to tuck those ribs down, and then just feel the front of your chest open. Try to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Sometimes we do a forward fold with this, but we're going to keep that out for right now. We're just focusing on opening the chest. One more breath. And release those hands. All right, we're going to do the reach and rotate on the opposite side. So making your way back to that bench position. Toes forward, stomach draws in. Place both hands down. And now we're going to take your left hand to other side. Right hand to the left knee, and then nice straight arm. Pivot that left foot as you follow your right hand. Looking up, breathing in, reach across, and then long arm. Pivot that body like you're swinging a golf swing. I don't really know anything about golf, but this is just what it looks like when I watch them pivot the foot. So anyone that does know golf might be like, that is not how you pivot. But just don't keep that left foot stationary. As you reach that right arm up, follow with the gaze. Maybe one more time, reaching over and open. Smile on that opening and rest. Good job. Walk it in. Stand it up. We're going to go back to the top. So if you remember, if I sit down here, the first exercise is that alternating overhead press. On round 2, I'm going to do it from standing, but if you are more comfortable seated, please go with that route. All right. We're going to get started here in about 30 seconds. Toes forward, standing or sitting tall. And then when you're ready, one arm reaches up to overhead, elbows forward, and then the other arm. Open those shoulders. Either holding a weight or just making a fist. If you can't quite go up to overhead, then just reach where you can. A little bit up and down. Good. One or two more. Smooth press. Up, down, and body rest. Good job. If you were sitting down, go ahead and stand it up. And you have a little bit heavier weights that you can use. So I have one 20-pounder here. I'm going to set it on the end of it so it stands up vertically. Okay, you could also use like a long basket, a bag nearby. Sometimes I've had people put like books in a book bag. So there's lots of ways to get creative. Squeeze those shoulders back, a little bend in the knees, belly drawn in. We're going to hinge at the hips. Standing tall. If you don't have a weight, practice the motion. of bending at the hips and then squeeze the tush as you stand all the way up. This is the last of our weightlifting. Breathing in as you bow down, breathing out as you stand tall. Using your arms to hold the weight close to the body. Nice. Hinging forward, standing tall. Moving with control. We're going to practice this another 10 seconds. Very nice. Good, Christina. Eyes in and down, and then eyes up and forward. 3, 2, 1, and everybody rest. Nice work. All right, I'm going to invite all of you to go ahead, and if you were sitting down, if you could join us for standing, we're going to start our cool down next. And we're going to start with our tree branch arms. You're going to have your feet about hip width apart. Make sure you position yourself so you aren't going to slap your arms against anything. And then I love to imagine like the willow trees, those nice, long, beautiful branches, or maybe like the eucalyptus trees that we have here in Arizona. And we've got a nice breeze coming through. Not so much in real life here today, but we can imagine. Just get a nice gentle rotation. When you're ready, allow the elbows to start to bend a little bit and take your hands, tap the front of your torso as well as the back of the torso. Do twist. Seeing if you can time the tap of the hands with your exhale. Nice strong breath out. Now we're tapping onto our little kidney meridian, keeping our organ vital. Just find that rhythm, just still relaxed. Good, the hand that's tapping in front of the torso. Now we're going to start to move that hand up just underneath your collarbone. We call it the thenar portion of your thumb, right underneath that collarbone. Keep that twist going. Now you're going to tap into that lung area. Keep those lungs awake. Good, back hand still tapping the back of the torso. Nice. Flow with it. It's a fantastic exercise to do by itself if you've been a little bit stiff for a while in your chair for a bit. You can get up and out and just get some nice rotation going. Go ahead and lower that front hand from the lung area back to that lower torso, back to that kidney area, front and back. Good. Almost done. We're going to return to those tree branch arms. Arms back away from the body. And then just slowly coming down to a halt. Wonderful. All right, go ahead and clap those hands together as you join me in the chair. Nice work, friends. As you come to seated, we're going to do our glute stretch and our figure 4. So let's start with your left leg. Pick it on up, interlace those hands in front of the knee. Squeeze those shoulders back. And now let's wake up those ankles if they weren't already. Twirl that ankle around. Keep that neck long, shoulders down. Turn the ankle the other way. And if you can, try to cross that left foot over your right leg. Reposition the hands, the outer portion of the left leg. And now try to hug that leg back and in, like you're trying to bring your left knee towards your right torso, or like right shoulder, right side of the body. Just looking to open up through this outer left hip. And if you can go deeper into this stretch, we're going to transfer into figure 4, grabbing the ankle of the left foot, square the hips, lower the knee down. And just sit up nice and tall for figure 4. And then see if you can tune into that left foot. Instead of that ankle just kind of flopping around, picking up the foot and drawing the foot and toes back towards your left knee. Feel how that elicits a little bit more stretch in that outer hip. Remember to be gentle with your stretching. Good. When you're ready, unwind out of this. Place both feet on the ground. We're going to repeat a stretch that we did earlier in the session with our seated forward fold. So reposition yourself so you're up nice and tall. Hands on the thighs, chin to the chest, and just slowly slide on down towards the ankles. Bow the head down. And now a couple nice deep breaths into the back of the body. Gentle stretch that low back. And then when you're ready, slide the hands back up the body. And now we're going to balance out the hips on your right side. So sitting tall, pick up that right leg, interlace the hands, squeeze the shoulders back, ankle rolls first. Twirl that ankle around. Very good. And then turn that foot the other way. Very good. We're going to make our way into that glute stretch. Try and take your right foot, hook it over the left knee. Reposition those hands, and now squeeze those shoulders back. So re-engage that mid-back, pulling your right knee towards the left side of your body. Let's breathe 3 more times here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. You can close those eyes, sit tall. After 3 breaths there, grabbing onto your right ankle, figure 4. Inviting that your right knee to lower on down. You can just place your left hand gently on the left knee. Sorry, it would be your right side, excuse me. And then remember, you want to engage the ankle of your right foot, drawing the foot and toes back towards the knee on that side. And then sit tall and breathe here for about 3 more times. When you're ready, go ahead and unwind from there. Fantastic. All right, everyone, sit up nice and tall. I invite you to bring your hands together, palms together in front of the chest. We're going to breathe in, raise those arms up to overhead, and then breathe out. Nice and slow. Bring them out and down to the sides. Fantastic. 2 to 3 more times. Chin in through the nose, lift up out of that torso as you raise those arms high. And then nice, relaxed circle of the arms. Fantastic. Once or twice more. Breathe and reach. Relax it all down. Very good. This last one, I think about breathing in some love, some positive energy, something that will raise your energy, raise your vibration, and then let go of the stress, the worry, all the things and pieces we can't control. Fantastic. All right. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you so much for moving your body in whatever capacity worked for you today. Drink your water, stay healthy, and I'll move you next time.